Are you guys looking for a good middle grade read? Well, then, I recommend you read Skandar and the Unicorn Thief. So, ever since this book has been published, which was in May of 2022, it has taken the world by storm. Almost everyone I know has read it. People can't stop talking about it. They can't stop gossiping about it. It is just so popular. And I wanted to give it a try because of everyone who was saying it was good. And last year, I read it, but I quit after 40 pages. It just wasn't really my type. But then, about 3 weeks ago, I decided to try it again, and I gave it another shot. And I was so glad I did that because I just finished it today. And oh my god, this story is so gripping, and it makes you want to read more. There was some nights where I was reading like 200 pages a day. It was so addicting. I couldn't stop myself. I wanted more story. I wanted more action. And that is why I'm going to be starting book 2 later today. And I think it's going to be a 5-book series, which is great. Can't wait to see how that plays out. Now, this is going to be turned into a movie, I heard. In September of 2020, Sony Pictures bought the auction rights to adapt it into their own film. I think it's going to be on live screens maybe in 2 years' time. That's something to look forward to. But not to get ahead of ourselves and not off track, let's actually talk about what the premise and synopsis is. So the story follows the main protagonist. His name is Skandar Smith. He is 13 years old and lives with his sister Kenna and his father. When he was very little, his mother died, so it's been a very tough life for him. He's been grieving. He doesn't really have a social life, so he's kind of like a outcast child, sort of like Percy Jackson or Harry Potter, right? And that's something that A.F. Stedman does very good in this story. She crafts a character who you feel sorry for, who you feel attached to. I can relate to him on a very higher scale. Now, every year, there is this thing, kind of like the World Cup, or maybe the tennis finals, or any sports event, and it is called the Chaos Cup. The Chaos Cup is an event where these unicorn riders have to compete in this competition, and whoever wins proclaims victory. Now, ever since Skandar was a child, he dreamed of becoming one of these riders. He looks up to them. He admires them. There's something heroic about them that he can't explain. So every night he dreams about being one of these figures. He wants to be it so bad. The only thing is that you have to take this exam in order to get in. There is this island off of Wales in Ireland that trains kids to be unicorn riders. Now, if I open the book, there is a map. Let me find it. And here it is. It's called the island. It's kind of like Camp Half-Blood. Basically, these different mentors and teachers teach you on how to be a rider, how to fully master your skill, and just to train in a way. So, as you guys guessed it, Skandar is a chosen one. So he is able to get in and open the hatchery door. he gets this unicorn. His name is Skandar. So each rider gets their own unicorn, and they have to bond with them. And right away, Skandar bonds with this creature. They have a good relationship, and they are a very good team. What was very cool was the whole elements. Basically, it's about elemental magic. So there are 4 elements. There's earth, wind, fire, water. But as it turns out, Skandar learns that there is a 5th element. A element that is not on the periodic table. Any guesses what element this is? It's called spirit. Yes, spirit. On Skandar's arm, there is this white mark. And the white mark is a sign that you're a spirit wielder. Now, spirit wielders are looked upon as bad. They cause destruction. They're pure evil. They aren't really associated with good morals and good vibes. It turned out that 15 years ago, there was this antagonist called the Weaver. The Weaver is kind of like Voldemort. He is evil. He wears all black. He has a scar on his right eye. And at the Chaos Cup in 2008, he massacred a lot of riders and unicorns, causing him to go into hiding. So the reason it's called Skandar and the Unicorn Thief is because a lot of unicorns are going missing, kids are getting abducted, and a lot of chaos is happening in the world. The Weaver wants to take over the mainland, which is where Skandar lives, as well as the island, to gain global dominance and control. This is a huge spoiler, but any guesses who the Weaver is? The Weaver is Skandar's mom. When Skandar realized this, he couldn't accept the news. If I was in his situation, I would feel the same way. Like, that is a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You know, he thought that, she died a peaceful way, and he admired her. But finding out that your loved one, the one you cared so much about, who you thought abandoned you at a young age, is actually alive, that is a scary reality. And from there, Skandar changes as a character. He has fatal flaws now, which I'll probably see in the other books. He has more stress, more burdens, and a more provoked destiny he has to live up to. The book ends on a cliffhanger. Well, not really a cliffhanger, but Skandar gets to meet his parents, and he's going to go off to second year at the academy. And that's basically the whole book. It's a pretty huge read. It has about 400 and something pages. So if you're a big fantasy reader and who love big books, you got to try this. I just want to warn you that this isn't a story about fluffy, happy unicorns. The unicorns in here are bloodthirsty evil. They cause rampages. They are savages. So don't go into this thinking, I'm reading a nice, clean story. I'd recommend it to ages 13 and up, since there definitely is some graphic and gory stuff. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on another video. Peace out.